All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing another 5 trade proposal video, and this time it is for Fred VanVleet. Now, this is a guy who I am willing and kind of hoping we move. I love Fred a lot. Fred is a great player, and I think all of us Raptors fans, we definitely do like Fred a lot. He's a fantastic player. He's a fan favorite. One of the core guys, obviously, that won us a championship, but at this point in his career, same thing with Kyle Lowry. I think it's time to move on. This is the point where we need to kind of go into a rebuild type of thing. So I think Fred VanVleet is a piece to move. I'm not willing to pay him close to $30 million over like 4 years, what he's going to get. So I think moving him for, some of these, maybe one of these potential trades is a really good idea. And I think it could really benefit this team. So let's get into the video right now. So to start off here, we have Fred VanVleet getting traded to the New Orleans Pelicans for Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, Garrett Temple, and 2 first-round picks, one in 2023, which is the Lakers one, and then also a 2025 Milwaukee pick that also New Orleans obviously also has. So breaking down this trade, Devontae Graham has 2 more years after this year on a terrible deal. Obviously, he's playing pretty horrible. He's got like 5 points per game right now, 2.2 assists, 1.5 rebounds. He's a 27-year-old point guard. He's only 6'1", so he's small. He's making $11.5 million for the next 2 years after this season. This is why there's 2 first-round picks in here. I think this is why I'm putting in the Bucks first as well, is because we're going to have to take on the contracts of, Garrett Temple as well, who's, he's got a $5.1 for next year as well. So him and Devontae Graham are 2 kind of not great contracts, obviously. Garrett Temple doesn't really matter too much. He's only 5, but I definitely think this is kind of why I'm adding in that extra Bucks first in 2025. And then also we have that Lakers or Pelicans first that we have the swap rights to. And obviously it'll be the Lakers more than likely. I think the Lakers do have a chance to be in the lottery, and that's kind of why I'm really interested in doing this trade, because we get Jackson Hayes, a good young center. He's only 22, averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds, 0.7 assists, but he is a good center and he's young. He's got some potential. He's a guy who I'd love to see us develop, and we also get 2 first-round picks. I think it's absolutely a great move for the Raptors if we can pull this off. And then moving on here to the Magic. The Magic, they're apparently rumored to be offering, they might be offering one of the big suitors for Fred VanVleet in the offseason, and they could be a team to offer him, for that $30 million, close to that Tyler Hero deal is kind of what he's probably looking for. And I think the Magic would be a team to potentially actually pay Fred that kind of money. So obviously they'll have to move some money out, and they'll have to do some stuff, but they would be fighting with other teams in the offseason. I think if they can make a trade now and maybe they work something like a deal out before, maybe they work a deal out later on, I think the Magic are a possible team. Whether or not they want to give up like these young pieces or not, I'm not exactly sure, but basically some kind of trade with the Magic I think could look like something like this. Terrence Ross for the contract mainly, because obviously Fred's got a $20 million, pretty much over $20 million cap hit. So you got to get some money moving here, that coming back to the Raptors. And Terrence Ross at 11.5 for the rest of this year. He does that, and we're bringing back a Raptor, former Raptor, obviously. He's only 31 as well. So, he wouldn't really be much of a future piece, but he's definitely a solid, vet guy to bring back. And I'm sure a lot of us Raptors fans would love to see Terrence Ross back in a Raptors jersey. And obviously, you also are getting Mo Bamba, who's a 24-year-old center. He's making 10.3 for this year and next year. And 7.3 points, almost 5 rebounds and assists per game. So he's got some pretty solid numbers. But again, he's a young developmental center that we could really potentially develop into something, because he can shoot the 3 ball as well. He's a really good 3-point shooting center. So that's also really nice. He can space the floor quite well. And we'd also be getting Cole Anthony, who is that point guard who's coming back. Obviously, you're pretty much your place. What Fred did, obviously, and what Fred is just he's going to fill that role quite well. He's also another small guard. He's only 6'2", Cole Anthony is, but he's still young. He's 22 years old. He's averaging 11.6 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists. Maybe there isn't a first in here. Maybe I do have the 2025 Denver, Nuggets first-round pick. Maybe this isn't. Maybe it's a second. Maybe it's 2 seconds. And Bamba, Anthony, and Ross. I don't know exactly, but I think, Anthony, because they're going to be shipping out, because they do have also Suggs as well. So I think one of those Suggs or Anthony if they're going to trade for Fred, one of those guys is going to be in the deal coming back to us for sure. I pretty much guarantee that. It's whether or not who they value more. I think they probably value Suggs more, even though Cole Anthony right now I think is doing better. They probably value Suggs for the more of the future. So I think Cole Anthony and Bamba are going to come back, because they do also have Wendell Carter Jr. So I don't think they don't necessarily need Bamba. So I think this works out for both teams. Both teams kind of get a need. And I think this could be decent for the Magic, but it might not be a first in here. It might be a second, and those 2 guys as well. But Moving on here to the next trade here, and I have the Lakers picking up Fred VanVleet for Patrick Beverley, who maybe this is a three-way deal where Beverley is going to a contender kind of team who's looking for a veteran kind of bench, six-man kind of guy, maybe coming off the bench. Beverley could be a decent guy like that, but I don't know exactly what will happen. Maybe it's just the contract just comes to us because he isn't having an amazing year by any means, but Beverly's here for the contract, $13 million, obviously. And we'd also be getting Wenyen Gabriel, who's a young 25-year-old, 6'9", forward. Obviously a really talented player, on a $1.8 million cap hit. So he's still young. He's got some potential for sure. He's averaging 6.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 0.5 assists. So a pretty good young talent that we could potentially develop into something. And the big piece here, other than the first-round pick in 2027, is Max Christie. He's a second-round pick in this past draft, number 35 overall, I believe. And he's 19. He's a shooting guard, 6'6", averaging only 3.6 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, and 0.6 assists. But he's definitely a guy, he's his first year. He's only 19. He's a second-round pick. He is a developmental guy that, might spend some time in the G League, and, he might play a bit with the Raptors, obviously, but he's a guy who I'd love to see the Raptors pick up and develop. Him and Wenyen Gabriel could be two potential, steals that the Raptors could pull this trade off. And you're also getting a 2027 Lakers first-round pick that would be unprotected, or maybe it is top 3, but I wouldn't go any more than that, or maybe it's top 1 or something like that. But I definitely think that this would be a trade that I would definitely be interested in, considering you're getting, two good young pieces, Max Christie, Wenyen Gabriel, and you're also getting a first-round pick. And the other, Beverly and Anderson, they're just here for the salary-wise. But other than that, though, it does seem like a very fair trade for both sides. But to move on here to the Clippers, the other LA team, I definitely think this is a possible case scenario. Obviously, Kawhi seems to want, some Raptors guards back, especially, between Freddie and Lowry. So I think it's possible for sure. And there's not a whole lot of pieces that are amazing on here just because of the salary-wise, but I definitely do. There's a couple pieces here, a couple young guys that are definitely some really interesting pieces that the Raptors could pick up and could potentially be something for the Raptors one day. So first off here, we do have Luke Kennard, who is obviously, he's the main guy here going to the Raptors just because of the salary-wise. And then we also would be getting Brandon Boston, who is a fantastic young shooting guard. He's 6'7". He's only 21 years old, 5.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.9 assists. He's a solid guard. He's definitely a guy who'd be interested in getting back if we make a deal with the Clippers. And then also Amir Coffey, who is, he's not doing great either, not amazing either, but another 6'7" shooting guard. He is 25 years old, so he's a bit older. 3.7 points per game, 1.2 rebounds, 1.3 assists. I think those are two guys we could work with and try and turn it into something more, especially Brandon Boston. I think he has a decently high ceiling, especially if he comes here. We have such a great, development staff and stuff like that. So obviously those are decent pieces there. And then Luke Kennard is not an amazing piece, and he is overpaid for what he does, but he does shoot the three ball at a fantastic rate. He is one of the better three-point shooters, percentage-wise, in the NBA. He's not shooting 7 or 8 attempts per game, but on his 2.3, I think it was, attempts per game this season, he is shooting it quite well. And over his career, he's definitely well above a 40% three-point shooter. So he's a fantastic three-point shooter. It's just there's not a lot of whole else to his game, and that's kind of why he's not worth a whole lot, and why I think he's a bit overpaid. And I think we might be able to get back another first-round pick, and it would have to be a late first-round pick in 2028, just because of obviously they have OKC has a bunch of their first-rounders from the Shea trade. From the Shea trade going to OKC and them getting PG or whatever. So it has to be a late first like that, but I think this is a decent value trade for both sides, and I'm definitely interested in getting Brandon Boston off the LA Clippers. He's probably that main piece there in that trade. And to move on to the last team here, and that would be the Phoenix Suns. Now, this is an interesting one because this is not the exact trade that I'd do. None of these trades are the exact pieces. I mean, obviously, some trades would have to throw in a couple other low-tier guys just to make the salaries work and players work and roster size work. But this is one where I don't think the Raptors would be getting Jay Crowder. I think he would go to maybe a team like the Bucks, who the Suns have given an option to talk to Jay Crowder with. Obviously he was injured and now he's just waiting for a trade. So I think he's going to get moved for sure. I think if this was going to happen, it could be a 3-team trade where Jay Crowder, because of the money, Jay Crowder has to leave the Suns to make the money work, and Crowder could go to the team like the Bucks who want him, and then it could be a 3-team trade like that. But this is kind of what I think from the Raptors side of things, what it would look like. Potentially Torrey Craig, he's in here again for the salary because he's making $5 million. But Josh Okogie, 24-year-old shooting guard, 6'4". He's decent, nothing insane by any means, but 5.2 points, 3.1 rebounds, 1.1 assists. He's decent. And then I'd throw in a 2023 first and maybe 2 seconds. And this is kind of one of the lower end value-wise for the Raptors, I think. And this is kind of what I think the floor is for the Raptors to get is kind of like a 2023 first, an okay-ish young guy, and then a couple seconds maybe is kind of the lowest I think I'd want to trade Fred for. I think obviously we do need to get something for him, I think, because I don't want to pay him all that. But I think we could do a little better than this maybe. But if this was the deal and we got Josh Koji 2 seconds and 2023 first, I'd be happy with that. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't be crying or anything like that. I would not be too upset. But anyways, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below on these trades. Let me know which one was your favorite. And I'm going to continue on with this series, and I'll probably have OG Anunoby trade 5 trades up with him on soon. And then maybe I'll even do a Siakam video, even though I think it's highly unlikely that he will be traded. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Peace.